That was cuter in my head. Always, always. Okay. Make sure my phone is on Do Not Disturb. Solid. Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new, welcome. I am Jasmine and obviously you're here for a fibroid update, so keep watching. Alright, so again, this is like a life after fibroids update, conversation, chit chat that I'm having today. It's been a while since I've checked in about my fibroids, so I figured I would check in and just say, you know, how things are going and stuff like that. So it's been about, where are we at? September, which, how are we in September already? So it's September 3rd when this video is posted. I had surgery on June 9th, which I did a recovery vlog, so watch that. It's sliding out. Great. And honestly, it's been like a night and day difference as far as my energy, my capacity, my ability to pee. Like, it's been amazing. And it's kind of insane because even after like navigating, so like I remember being, and I think I talked about this in the vlog, I remember when I was in the hospital and they had taken the fibroid out. So again, go back through, watch the series videos that just talk through my experience with fibroids. And I remember when they took the fibroids out, so I'm like, oh my gosh, like there are other things I had to manage, you know, my incision and just other, like my cycle, so many things that I was just like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna be. This is so interesting. But when I tell you, first of all, someone shared with me about really prioritizing ab workouts before my surgery. So if you have not caught up yet, or if you're watching this before you watch the vlog, I had what's called a myomectomy, which is like a 6-inch incision on my bikini line. So like basically a C-section with no baby, of course, yet. And they went in, pulled out my uterus, carved everything out, put everything back together and put it back in, which is probably sounding very like, girl, that's not medical at all. But that's what they did. So recovering with my incision. And so I was told by someone to really prioritize ab workouts beforehand to really strengthen those muscles in that area. So thankful to her for letting me know about that, because I think that expedited my healing process. And also another thing that was really helpful was collagen. I, as you know, don't eat meat. I do, I have functioned under a pescatarian lifestyle and a very limited dairy lifestyle. So with that being said, and also managing macros, which I haven't really been doing in the last few weeks. Listen, there's a lot of good things happening in my life right now that's like going to throw me off, but in a good way. So I've kind of just been like, you know, we're just functioning through it. We're working through it. Anyways, collagen I introduced to my diet when I learned about the protein grams that I was able to get from that, but it also helps with joint health and just protein in general as far as with muscle recovery. And that's why, like with macros, protein is always prioritized. It's not why you're here, but that's just something that I learned. So that really helped too with like my muscles healing and recovering really quickly. So I'm very grateful that I was already starting to do those things before surgery. And so even after surgery and then recovering and like walking again and sleeping and just the things I had to navigate, that was something that I had to work through. So like trade, having to pee and not knowing if you're gonna be able to go or whatever have you, especially those last few weeks leading up to surgery, it got ghetto to say the least, but for real, it was a struggle. And so handing that off to pick up recovery and all of those things. So when I want to say around the 4th of July is when I started to really feel like myself again. I do still have like a weird like numbness around my incision area, which is kind of weird, but it literally, I feel night and day different. My energy levels are higher. I was already working out really consistently before the surgery, so getting back into my workout routine, I noticed a difference there. Even with like losing weight, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I lost 15 pounds, because I don't think that I did. I would say like a few pounds, but definitely lost in like my waistline. Like my waistline went down tremendously, so that was kind of interesting. And not to mention like my hormonal levels, I was concerned about like, okay, how's my cycle gonna go? I mean, when I tell y'all, it literally is night and day. I used to have the heaviest cycles. I would always have some type of incident. I would always have the worst cramps ever. Like everything, it's like literally night and day. It's crazy. And I really can't process. Like I'm just like, yo, this is wild. Even the how, like it's just insane, and I'm so grateful to God to be on this side of things versus the other side of things when it comes to my cycle. Like, obviously I still have the discomfort, I still have the moodiness and all of that, right, that comes with it, but I don't know, it was just it's just different. It's so weird. So I'm grateful for that, and I am also very like environmentally friendly, so I don't love using like pads and single-use items all around, but especially for my cycle and stuff. So I'm still trying to like work to integrate some other reusable options, and y'all know I did a period panties video. I'm just shouting out all the videos today, boy. So be sure to check that out if you have not. But yeah, I've been sleeping so well, resting well, my energy levels, even traveling. I used to have to stop. I remember when I went down to Atlanta, I think I had to stop like 3 or 4 times, and the trip was like 7.5 hours. Bro, that added like a whole other, like, that added like 45 minutes to my trip, almost an hour. Right? And so I went down to Gatlinburg, I want to say late July, and I think we had to stop for other reasons, but it felt good for me to be able to know, like, but you're good, you're not gonna have any issues. There's something mentally that comes when you have issues or challenges that you don't know, like, if you're gonna be able to go to the bathroom, if you're gonna be able to do whatever. Like, there's an additional added layer of stress and anxiety that comes with that, and so to have that removed has just been, I'm so grateful to God for his faithfulness. And it's wild because I remember discovering this last March and now being on the other side of it. Now, there is no 100% way to prevent fibroids from happening again. Typically when they run in your family, it's just like, that's something that you always watch out for. But I'm never going to ever get to that point ever again where I don't go to the doctor for so long. I didn't go to the doctor for years because laziness, and then just like, oh, I just had it last year, and like not really keeping up with my routine schedule. So please, please, please get a routine, get a doctor, get an OBGYN, stay consistent, show up, schedule the appointments. Don't be lazy like me, because I don't like calling customer service or scheduling appointments. Like, I just don't. For whatever reason, I just am like, can I speak to a representative? Like, can I please put somebody on the phone? Please, please, please. So with that being said, I am getting back on a routine and getting back on a schedule to avoid this ever happening again. So like, they'll never be that big again. Now, I believe, as a believer and a Bible believing Christian, that we are done, that I'm healed, my body is healed, that God has healed me. That was the experience. We're done here. We're moving on to something else, and that's what it is. However, in the event that they do come back small or whatever, just being mindful of that. Continuing to prioritize my health and prioritize taking care of myself. Again, another thing that I'm really watching right now is my like soy intake. I know that there are like, so like soy contributes to hormone levels and estrogen levels and stuff like that. But again, not eating meat, really just trying to be mindful of the meat substitutes and really keeping those processed foods at a minimum. But I do eat a lot of like salmon and some like other fish, like whiting and stuff. Y'all know I don't do tilapia, I don't believe in it. Shrimp, stuff like that. So that is something also that I'm being mindful of. That's important. A lot of protein powders, those types of things. So I think it's just so important to be mindful of your health. Man, it's just wild. It's wild. And I think even with like the timing of everything, I just can't help but be like, God, you really be listening to me. You really be hearing me. You be hearing me. Yeah, like just how you pray for certain things and you pray and ask God to reveal certain stuff and all of that stuff. So it's, you know, he's showing up and showing out like he always does. So I'm very grateful, and I'm very just blessed to have the community that I have, to have his faithfulness. I know someone else who ended up having to get a full hysterectomy, which that happens a lot. And I remember when I had my first visit with the doctor and they were like, yeah, we're gonna do a, you know, they instantly started talking about hysterectomy, and it's like, girl, did you see my chart? Did you see how old I am? What do you mean? What do you mean? Just that whole entire process was like a faith walk, and navigating frustrations around with myself and like learning about family history and so many things. So I'm just so grateful to God for like just his overall faithfulness and his overall just intentionality and keeping me. So yeah, it's been awesome. I feel really good and I'm grateful. And every time I go to the bathroom, I'm like, God, thank you so much. Thank you, Jesus. Being able to get back to drinking my gallon of water a day. Again, we haven't really been doing that last week, but it's fine. It's fine. One day at a time, bro. One day at a time. And yeah. So that's pretty much my life update. Life after fibroids, 2 months post-op, almost 3 months post-op. Doing really well. Sometimes I have like weird sensations when I'm like running or working out, but I just wear like a belly band, which is good anyway to help me burn that fat, boy. And yeah. Let me know if there's something that I didn't cover. Let me know if any questions you have or any like fibroid questions or anything that you have. But watch the previous videos before. I've done like, I don't even know, a bunch of these leading up to this point. So just watch the videos more, because I probably answered that question before. before? And if not, drop it down in the comments. Let me know. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Now, I know I've been off my routine a little bit. I'm back. So, like, subscribe, share, join the family, join the crew. Let's be homies. Let's get connected. Make it real. Make it real. But as always, I love you guys. You're the best. And I'll talk to you next Friday. Bye.